Yay! All right, guys. I'm Brittany. I'm your friendly marketing director, and this is Alexa. She's our content marketing specialist. If you have any questions after this training, just make sure you ask Alexis. But we'll both be able to help you, and I'll also share some resources online that you can use. Digital resources for the training as well. The first thing I'm going to pass out is a hard copy of this. This has actually been emailed to everyone. I'm just going to show it. It's just for the internet login. So this is actually the answer to your question, barely a hard copy, but we will go over this. This is just the general overview of the Canva access, how to access with an existing account, how to access with just your brand ID login. All right, who's excited to learn about Canva?
Those two apparently not.
Guys aren't. And they're out. Like,
CCM, you know. They're part-timers. Just kidding. They work very hard and we love them. Okay, so how many of you have logged into Canva Enterprise? So just the Century 21 Canva account. We've got 3 people, great. And then how many of you have used Canva before, generally speaking? Everyone, perfect. And how many of you have used Canva Pro? Okay, so most people. Okay, so the big question that I've been getting initially is, can I join my existing Canva account with Canva Enterprise? The answer is yes. However, I would not recommend doing that. I would recommend logging in separately with your brand ID logon. And the reason you'll want to do that is if you disaffiliate at any time, any templates that you're building in Canva, you will lose. So if you're using Canva for any other purpose other than your Century 21 Everest branding, then I would not join your account. So if you have a side business that you're doing it for, if you're making birthday cards for nieces or nephews or grandkids or children, do not join the accounts because you'll lose your existing designs. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So when we log in, what you'll need to do first is make sure that you're completely logged out of your Canva accounts in general. So if you have your own Canva Pro, if you have your own Canva free account, you'll need to go and log out of those. And once you're logged out, you'll come back to canva.com to log in, and you'll go to signing up for a business. So when you sign up for a business, sorry, Chad's in there because I've helped him. But when you sign up for a business, you're going to use your brand ID login. So your brand ID login is the same email account that you use to log into 21 Online. How many of you have logged into 21 Online? Perfect. We are going to go over some 21 Online resources as well, but in order to get logged into your Canva Enterprise, you need to log in as a business with your 21 Online brand ID login. If you don't have access to that login, if you don't know what it is, we can get it for you. We store that in your Dash account. But if you don't know your password, you don't have access to your password, so you will have to reset your password to that account, and then you'll be able to log in. And that's how you'll get into 21 Online as well. So I'm actually going to start by going through...
Brittany, I have a question. What if your email is the same email you already use your other Canva with?
So it will join your accounts. What I would do is go to your personal account, and I would update that email address to not your brand ID login. So I would actually change that, would be my suggestion. You don't have to. You can have the 2 accounts joined together, but I would just recommend, especially, is this Kim Purnell?
Yes.
Yeah, especially for you because I know you're doing a million other things in Canva. So,
yep.
So I would recommend having the accounts separate.
Okay.
Okay, so, but it's probably not likely that you're using the same email that's in your brand ID login. So for most people, it's your first name dot your last name at century21.com. So for me, mine is my first name dot my last name and the number 1, because apparently there's other Brittany McDermott out there, unfortunately. So most likely your brand ID login is different than what you're using for a personal account, but if it is the same, you can join them. Okay, so I'm going to log us into 21 Online. How many of you use Brand Studio on 21 Online? Okay. Brand Studio was an amazing resource that was very underutilized. However, it no longer exists. Brand Studio has now been switched over to the Marketing Hub. Have any of you accessed the Marketing Hub? Okay, so the Marketing Hub is actually very cool. You'll find it, so when you come to your home screen, you'll find it here under Promote Yourself, and then Market Yourself. We'll find it here on the first screen under Marketing Hub. So when we come here, this is an overview of all of your marketing resources. So this is just kind of a one-stop place that you can come and access all of your brand content, your campaigns, any marketing resources that you may need. So it will go over our brand goals, our certain campaigns that we have going on, your corporate marketing team, if you ever need to know who they are. Branding, though, this is probably where you'll find the most valuable resources. This is a spot that you can come and you can download word marks, you can download brand patterns, pattern blocks, any of our brand assets, as well as color palettes and retrieve color codes in here. So if you're ever working with a printer and they're like, do you know what your actual color codes are? Can you get those over to me? You can actually download this file and it will send him all the various codes. So what you're looking at here, this is just a digital code, but the codes that you're looking for print and other pre-coded digital numbers will be on that palette when you download it. So anything your printer will need to print accurately, you can download right here in the palette, as well as our corporate fonts. So this is where you can come and find all of the fonts that we're using for consistency. For Everest, we do use specific fonts for our brand that you won't find here that we can give you if you need them. But these are the corporate Century 21 fonts that you can download and use as needed. But again, all of these items are already in Canva for you, but this is just if you need to download them, upload them to any other design programs that you're using, or if you're ever outsourcing marketing to a graphic designer, you would come in here and download these fonts, or probably shouldn't give access, but if you gave access to the designer, I believe you can do shareable links on this too. Also in this spot, you'll be able to find different campaigns that they have going on. So this is the Joy of Home campaign that was just launched last year. It'll take you to a campaign toolkit, and the campaign toolkit, it will have pre-designed videos, pre-designed social promotions in here that you can download and post natively. So this is where you would download it to your computer, send it to your phone, download to your phone, and post directly to your social platforms from here. But these are all pre-approved, pre-made social graphics, social videos, bumpers for videos that you can use and find in this area. So anytime Century 21 launches a national campaign, it will be in this spot. So their MLS partnership is in here, and then just different brand claims. So this is where you can find accolades for the company and for the brand as well. So there's a ton of information in here. You can access your Moxie Engage, your Moxie websites, your Moxie Impress in here, and then also Canva Enterprise. So this is what we're going to be going over today, but this is a great resource for you guys to come and find tools, trainings, tips, and tricks. So it has different weeks of trainings that they've gone through, design school links. It will also have different tools that you can use for beginners, editing photos, styling text, boosting creativity with the Magic Media. So any of the tips and tricks that you may need for Canva can be accessed here too. As well as, let's see, they have. Just looking for their calendar. So Canva Corner is just what they'll update this every week to go over the different tools and tricks and different resources that you can access to learn more about Canva. So just keep this in mind. I'm not going to go over every tab because this is not a training on 21 Online, but Marketing Hub is a new thing that came out when Canva came out. So Brand Studio is not here any longer, but Marketing Hub is. And honestly, it's a much more organized resource than Brand Studio was. And you'll notice that most of the assets that were in Brand Studio are in Canva too. Okay. Any questions about Marketing Hub before we do jump into Canva? Okay. All right. So logging into Canva. So once I got logged in here with my brand ID, it's going to let me do login with single sign-on. So it's sending a push notification to my phone. I don't know how many of you have already added Okta to your phone to be able to log in with 21 Online. Any of you? So Okta is just a single sign-on app. It's a verification app that different platforms will be linked to. So it's so you can just sign in with a push notification instead of an email, instead of a password. So not all 21 Online users have been forced to implement Okta. So some of you may not have Okta yet, but it is probably
Hey, Brittany, it's just an authenticator, right?
Yes.
So is it the Google one that they can download? Or
So it's specifically called Okta, and it's an Okta app.
So
make sure
mine,
you guys do that.
mine just says, the app says authenticated.
Yeah, it
doesn't say Okta.
Okay, mine's a specific Okta app, but yeah. There is like Microsoft Authenticator, mine just says Authenticator, but mine for 21 Online is Okta. But whatever Authenticator app it's having you use that.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming for you. All right, guys, so this is Canva Enterprise. What you'll notice, the big difference about Canva Enterprise compared to Canva Pro or the free version of Canva is this only has Century 21 templates in it. So this does not have any of your other birthday card templates, social media templates, the generalized templates that Canva Pro provides for any kind of design you want to do. These are specifically Century 21 templates, okay? So once we get logged in here, it's going to take me to my home screen. So my home screen is going to show you recent designs that I've been working on. So I've honestly just started a bunch of designs in here so I can show you guys what to do, and I'll show you how to star those as well. And then you'll see that I don't know how many of you received the printed listing packets or buyer packets for 2026, but those have been uploaded into Canva as well. So you can come in and customize those, add pages, make adjustments as needed. Anytime you want a template to be put in here that can be generalized for everyone in the company to use, we can talk about putting it in here. So if you're looking for, maybe a marketing slip that you can use for door knocking, is it something that we can generalize and make customizable for all of Everest to use? That would be something that we would be interested in putting into Canva for you. So we can upload specific templates just for Everest that the rest of Century 21 cannot use, but all of the templates that are in here from corporate are accessible by everyone. The listing packets and buyer packets that we customize for Everest are only for Everest use. All right, so any questions so far
Brittany, on the presentations, can they edit those and
So we've locked certain sections that we don't want you to be able to edit. So for example, we don't want you to go in and be able to change corporate statistics because those have to be vetted and those have to be sourced. But you can go in and change your headshot, you can go in and change your contact information. If there are other areas of the listing packet that you want to be able to customize, we can unlock those on a template for you and send it to you. Right now, the only customizable page is the one that has your headshot and your contact information. But you can always add additional pages. So if you have your own like roadmap that you want to put in there, if you have your own specific marketing process that you want to put in there, those pages can be added. But all of the content that's currently in the listing packets is locked because we do not want those to be changed without verification. But again, if that's something that you need to change, we can go in and change it. All right. So the big place that we're going to start here, probably with the most information and the most valuable spot, is our brand. So in our brand kit here, you'll see that we have brand templates already built in, but we will go over the different assets that are in here as well. So the Century 21 word mark, the corporate word mark, is already in here in all formats and all colors for you to be able to use. So your DBA logos, if you have logged into Canva already, Canva Enterprise, I sent out a folder of the DBA logos, so those are your Century 21 Everest logos that you should have gotten yesterday. So if you're logged into Canva right now and you want to check to see if you've gotten it, it would be in your notifications and it would show that I share a folder with you. If you haven't received that yet, just let me know and I can make sure that I've shared it.
Where are we looking for the notification?
So it's in your red flag notification, so it should be, I believe notifications are in the top right. Or I'm sorry, bottom left.
I don't see any of that. I see Zachary, Lewinsky's creating a bunch of things.
Okay, so I will share it with you directly. So you'll get a folder from me, but that will have all of your Century 21 Everest logos in it. So all formats, the long form, the stacked, and the left justified. Also in here, you'll have all of your colors for the different campaigns. So the legacy palette is specifically for, gosh, what's the name? I just lost it. Yeah, the Joy Home campaign. So the legacy palette is specifically for that campaign. These other two palettes, primary and secondary, can be used across the board for either campaign. So obviously your primary colors are the ones that you'll see us use the most. For Everest, again, we prefer to use the dark metallics instead of the relentless gold, so you'll see that a lot in our branding. But in corporate, you'll see the relentless gold more. Also, your fonts will be in here. So these are all of the fonts that are already separated by how you should use them. So with your title, subtitles, heading, subheading, body. So for example, for a body font, we use Oaks. For titles, we use Typebold. So that's already going to be separated out there as a safety for you. So if you pull in a title, it's going to be the correct font that follows the brand guidelines. If you pull in a body, it will be the correct font to follow the brand guidelines. And then graphics. This is a great resource also for your brand kit. So we have our seals. Does everyone know the difference between using the seal and using our word mark? No? Okay, so to be compliant, probably one of the only things you need to be compliant is to make sure that you have the brokerage name on there. So that's why our DBA logos are Century 21 Everest. You cannot use this seal by itself. It can be used by itself on swag, so like a hat, a vest, a pen, something like that, but it cannot be used by itself on other forms of branding. So this is just used as a brand asset outside of using your DBA logo. So we always have to have one of those Century 21 Everest marks on everything, okay? And then these brand seals also cannot be conjoined with your Century 21 Everest business logo. So that means you can't connect it at the top, you can't connect it on the sides, they have to be separated. So just something to keep in mind when you're coming in here and you're doing this. All right, and then you'll also find your realtor logos in here, your EHL logos are in here, your pattern blocks, which are the series that are stacked, and then the pattern blocks that are continuous are all in here as well. So that's what you were asking about, Natalie. This is where you would find all of those pattern blocks also. All right, and then your yard sign border, this is specifically for your campaign, your Joy of Home campaign. And then brand voice. What this does is this helps our Canva AI, which we'll go over, but we've added a brand voice in here. So Canva, if you're asking it to create captions for you, if you're asking it to create any type of copy for you, it's going to take this brand voice into consideration, and it will modify its voice to match out. So this is all already built in here for you. Photos and videos we'll go over a little bit more in detail, but consider this a really valuable asset to you as well, because these are stock images that have already been licensed by Century 21. So you can come in here and actually download these and use them outside of Canva, or you can use them in your designs within Canva. But these are already licensed. So just so you know, you cannot go to Google an image, download it, and use it in your so you'll get in trouble for that.
Red flag.
There are actually photographers and artists that they put all of their designs up as bait, hoping that people will do that, and then they look specifically for their designs and marketing and still try and sue you. So do not Google an image and use it in your professional marketing, okay? So it has to be a licensed image. So these brand stills are already licensed by Century 21, so when you come in here, it has all of your different images that you can use of interior, exterior, there's people, whatever you need in here, lifestyle, corporate, you can download these. So if you come here, you have the option to just download it, or you can use it within an existing template in here. But this is a great resource if you're looking for licensed images that you don't have to pay for, okay? All right. And then bumpers and backgrounds, again, bumpers, oops, sorry. These are for video, so bumpers, some people call them stings. That's usually a video that plays at the beginning of your customized video, and then an outro plays at the end. So there's the different aspect ratios in here depending on what kind of video you're going to create, but they're already in here that you can use and create reels or create posts, video posts from these templated bumpers and outros. All right, and then charts, but how-to tips to, I believe these are just kind of tips. Yeah, so these are just media how-tos that you can come in and get some tips on as well, and this is available in the marketing hub also. So the next spot that we want to jump to in our brand kit are our brand templates. So I've clicked on all brand templates. What I've done here is I've already starred quite a few of these. So there are hundreds of templates for you to choose from. If we scroll through, they just keep loading. They're all mixed together as far as presentations, videos, different aspect ratios, carousel posts, different types of media are all mixed together. So what I would recommend doing is just searching your brand templates if you're looking for something specific, because you can filter by category, but what I've noticed is it leaves some stuff out when you're filtering by category. So just do a quick search up here and pull up whatever you need. But I've starred some of the key templates that you'll be interested in using. So one of the main ones that we'd be interested in using is a featured listing or a single property listing. So when you click on it, you can go to use this brand template. And once you're in here, it's going to allow you to edit different things. So you'll be able to come in here and manually edit all of these fields. You'll be able to come in here and adjust your logo, drop your DBA logo in here. But another option, and this one is going to be a little difficult for me to show you, so I will send a video after this, and I'm going to show a video. But we'll connect our Canva to the Century 21 app. Has anyone already done that? No? Okay. So when we're connecting our Canva to the Century 21 app, if you're following along, you'll come here to apps. And then search Canva apps, you'll go to Century 21. And it's going to look like this with our seal. Okay? So when I log into this, and again, this will be either your single sign logon, or single sign-on code, or you'll use your Brand ID logon. I'm already logged in to 21 Online, so it's just going to use my single sign-on for this. So this is what it'll look like for you. Since I am not a licensed agent, I don't have any listings shown here. But as an agent, all of your active listings will show on the side here. You can click on your listing, and then you'll be able to pull photos directly from your listing into Canva. And you'll also be able to pull copy, captions, so any descriptions that you'll have in there, you'll be able to pull over as well. Okay, so let me, this should give you an idea of how that's going to work.
Sign on. You'll have to connect the app just one time, and then you'll be able to have access to the full breadth of the app. But the app will look a little bit like, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to this page, a little like this. So zooming in here, you can actually see that you'll have your images from your listings. You'll have agent data, like your headshot, your email, and team data, things like that, where it actually is you're able to pull it directly from the app into your template. So really cool stuff here. I apologize again, y'all, for the video, but we will go ahead and keep on moving with the editing portion and come back to this at the end.
All right, does that make sense, guys? It's kind of a cool feature, isn't it? So this video that I just played for you, this is an intro to Canva video that Corporate did. Were any of you able to join that training? Okay. So that's available in C21 University, and C21 University has dozens of videos specifically on every element of Canva. So every element, tip, trick that you're trying to do in Canva, there's a specific video for it in C21 University. So after this training, I'll send out a link to that. Again, you have to be logged into 21 Online to be able to access that. But this video training, which was the comprehensive 1 hour training that they did, will be in there. And then also just the little tidbit trainings that will give you like the tips and tricks on how to use Canva. All right. So let's go back to our brand templates. Just a couple things that I want you to be aware of that you can find in here. So your single property flyers, this will have your just listed, your just reduced, and all of these can be changed to have a different title if you need a different title, different copy if you want different copy in here. And then once you have it updated, so we'll just throw some photos in here and I'll show you how to export. Do we have any questions so far, guys?
Do we have find home for this season?
Yep, I'll show you the different kits.
I'm just curious, when you put the C21, does it have to be the same color as the other Century 21 list?
It does not have to be.
Probably should be.
It depends. Like, we'll do contrasting colors depending on how we use it in designs, but yeah, I mean, just think of that more as a design element. So don't use it thinking it needs to be on there. If we feel like it looks good, we can put it on there, but it doesn't have to be on there. So we're gonna come in here to graphics, or I'm sorry, to focus video. And we'll look at our brand stills just so I can drop some things into this for you. So it's not gonna look like a listing flyer because I'm not putting property in. But I'll just show you how to drop the photos in and resize them. So we'll just grab something from here and we'll drop it into the frame, okay? And so it's going to fill it for the size of the frame. If you don't like how it filled it, you just double click. And this one, it looks like it filled it the whole way. Let's find where it does. Okay, so we'll come back to brand stills. Let's see what we have. Okay, pretend like this is a little bit bigger outside of that line. So once we have it in and we double click it, we can resize it, adjust it. So a lot of times the problems that you might run into is that the photo is too big for the frame. And you'll just come in, double click on it, drag the corners in, and it will adjust it for the frame, okay? But it can be a little sensitive, so just make sure you're doing that double click and you get those 4 balls on the corners, but you'll be able to adjust it, expand it, however you need. You can do the smart crop as well. I've noticed if you just take the corner, it's going to pull it into the correct aspect ratio for you, so I recommend dragging it that way, but feel free to play around with it and adjust it with the auto buttons too. Okay, so we'll drop some photos in. Some random things here. If you wanted to come in here and change this, let's say this house was 550,000. You can adjust your description. You can adjust your features down here. Again, with your image, you'll upload your headshot into your uploads, which I'll show you how to do that. You would drag and drop that over here. So your uploads are over here, so you'll see in my uploads it's all of the listing packets because that's something that I just recently uploaded. But again, just like all of the other photos, you just drag and drop your headshot over, adjust your contact information, and then we're ready to export this, okay? So when you're getting ready to export it, it's going to give you several options on what you can do. So if you click see all here, depending on what you've designed, that will depend on how you want to export it. Something like this that's print, you would likely just want to download it and print it. So when we go to download, we just edited the one page, so we'll do current page, or you can select each page that you want by checking it. So we'll do current page. When we're doing print is PDF. So we would want to make it a PDF. We don't want crops, marks, and bleeds. We don't need to flatten this one, but those are options that you could use if you're sending to a professional printer. So occasionally if you're sending to a professional printer, they'll want the printer's marks, which are your crops and bleeds, and then sometimes you'll need to flatten certain designs so that they don't overlap or show shadows. But so crops and bleeds, don't need, flatten, don't need. We don't need to include notes, and we don't need to match the reading order to layers. So we've got that set, and we just download it. Once it's downloaded, it's ready for us to print. So we can just send it to a printer here in the office. You can send it to a professional printer if needed. If you're looking to print on a nicer cardstock or weight of paper. Pretend this was a social graphic. So if this was a social graphic, we would export it differently. So you can still download it. If you download it, you would download it as a JPEG or a PNG, and that's if you want to post it natively. So if you want to download it and post it directly into your Instagram app or directly into your Facebook app, which is what we always recommend, posting natively is always going to get you the most traction, then you would download it here. You do have the option to send it directly to Instagram. So if you wanted to send it directly to Instagram and you have an Instagram business account, you can come in here, connect your Instagram, and post it directly to your Instagram. You do also have the option of sending it to your phone. So if you want to send it directly to your phone so you can then post it to using your mobile app, you can do that as well. Sure. The Instagram.
So it's just, okay, so
Yep. So
instead of clicking download, it's just Instagram.
That is really
Yep, and then you also have the option when you're printing it, you can print through Canva. So if you go to print with Canva, it's gonna give you paper options for different weight. You can do premium paper, which is gonna be your heavier weight with different finishes. And then it will give you pricing on different quantities that you can do also. So that is an option. But again, you can print here in the office, you can print through a preferred vendor, you can upload this to ExpressDocs and print through ExpressDocs if you have an account there. But lots of options on how to export this and to use the content after you've already created it.
And Express Docs sometimes will send it to you in like cardstock or like different quality paper, but you can bring it here. I just don't know how cardstock is doing with our printer here, but we'll just verify that with Audrey and things, but you can actually print it here with better quality.
There's certain weight of cardstock that we can use here.
Yeah.
And it can get tricky if you get too thick, but you don't want your flyers to be super thick anyway. So just something a little heavier, but any kind of finish that you want. So if you want a matte or a gloss or a semi-gloss, occasionally that is a little bit better to go through a professional printer. And then the only difference that will happen on our printers versus what will happen with a professional printer is you can see this is what a bleed is. So it comes all the way to the edge here. So when we were talking about exporting with a crop or a bleed, when you print on our printers that we have in the office, you will always have a white border around the outside. So a professional printer will be able to make that bleed go all the way to the end. So depending on your design, just keep that in mind. If it's something that you're wanting to go all the way to the end, you will need to go through a professional printer. And Canva allows you to bleed all the way to the end. So, any questions so far? I am going to show you how to upload elements, and then I will show you quickly how to use the video templates, and we'll go from there. Okay. So uploads are really easy. You just come in here, you click upload file. Don't know what's going to pop up. Thank goodness it's on those. I don't know what's in here. But so it'll allow you to just click on a PNG or a file. You can upload PDFs. When you upload your PDFs, actually, it automatically conforms it to an editable PDF. You just need to look at it and make sure that it transfers correctly. Sometimes the words will connect together. It doesn't find the spaces and the punctuation quite well, but it will allow you to upload a PDF and edit it. But yes, so you can come in here, upload your image, and then it's available in your uploads to use. Okay, so this is where you might want to put your, you would come in and upload your headshot, but you would probably put it under your folders here. So Everest logos is what I shared with everyone yesterday who's part of Canva. Create a folder, say you want to do one that's just your assets. It's not shared with anyone unless maybe you have an assistant that's working with you. And then you can upload your file directly to your specific folder. So that way if you, you have a team logo or a personalized logo, if you have maybe a few lifestyle images that you use across your marketing, you would upload that here. Any assets that you use, if you have a customized flyer that you want to input into your listing packet, you would upload that in your folder and then you can access it there. So that way it's all of your personalized items are in one spot. Okay, you can upload video here if you're creating an Instagram reel and you want customized video. Most file formats you can upload into Canva. Okay. All right. So another great resource that they've put in here is B-roll. So B-roll is just a silent kind of generic film, okay? So they have it cut to different aspect ratios, so your 16:9 and your 9:16. Your 9:16 is likely what you'll be using if you're creating something like a reel, okay? So if we come in here, let's actually exit out of this design. Okay, so we're back to our Google. If we come in here and we select one of these images. So this particular video is 1 minute and 40 seconds long, okay? So we can see that it's just really generic B-roll of agents moving, walking, what have you. So this is not likely something that you would use, but we might use this for recruiting, okay? So if we're going to use this for recruiting, it's very simple. So you have this B-roll. We want to come back to our brand kit. Sorry. One second.
Just kidding.
Yes. I don't know what it looks like, but I do know that they have options. Alright, so we've got this added in here. And then we'll come back to our brand kit and say we want to add a bookmark to it. So we'll go ahead and come in, we'll add the license in 21. I want this to be a little smaller. All right, and then let's say that we want to add fonts. So I'm going to come in here and I want to add a body. I'm going to actually have Canva write this for me. Okay, so I want I know, I was trying to do the metric right, but then it was just too funny. So for here, let's say write, copy, targeted toward agents for Century 21. And it should pick that up regardless. We will just have them, we'll just put that in actually. All right, so it's actually created this copy for me for this video, and then we'll insert it here. Let's say I'm gonna change this to white, so make it smaller. Okay, so this copy is now on the video. And now, when I go to preview this video, it's gonna show me what it will look like with my logo, with the copy. But then this video is a little bit longer than I want it to be, okay? So what I would do then is we come in and we cut the video. So where do I wanna cut it? Let's say I want it to end after 15 seconds. So you can scroll through and see where you want it to end, or you just enter it in 15 seconds, I'm done. So now it's just a 15-second video. So we'll preview it. It'll run for 15 seconds, however you want, with whatever caption you have on there. When you upload it into your Instagram, that's where you can add your Instagram features. So just remember, every time you're using a social app, Instagram loves Instagram, Facebook loves Facebook. So the more features you use internally in the app, the happier they're going to be. So use their music, use their icons, use any of the feature stickers that you can add in there, and it's going to give you more traction. Okay, so but again, for this, once you're done, you just come in, you can download it so you can post it natively. Again, that's what we recommend, but you can also send it directly to your Facebook story, to your Instagram story, and post it that way as well. Any questions about video? Kind of cool, huh?
Can you put your own videos in?
Yes, so that's when we were talking about creating your own folder, and you would upload content into your own folder. Yep, and so when you would come in to this video, we can add a second frame here. And when you add a second frame, say you have an image that you want to add in, say you have your own video that you want to add in, then you would add it in here as that second frame. Yeah.
If you upload it and you don't put your own video, does your upload go to the whole company now and everyone can see?
No, so everything that you upload is defaulted to
I
private.
send you a picture.
What's that? Oh. Yeah, everything you upload is defaulted to private. So you shouldn't have anything going into your Canva that's going to get blasted to everyone. But still, be careful what you put on the internet, you guys.
What's record yourself?
Oh, you can record your own video. Yep. So you can record a talking head. So that's where you would have, that's where you see a lot of people pointing with the AI generated green screen behind you. You can do a screen recording, which would be useful for something like I'm doing now, which is a training. Or you can actually do an AI voiceover as well. So lots of features inside here. And the last thing I wanted to show you, just because I know people use this a lot. But if we've got our own design created, so let's get out of here and we'll just pull up something that's already stored. Say we're using this brand template, okay? So these are different social templates that you can use. And you want to, like so many people want to know, pretend this is print, because using QR codes on digital is counterintuitive. I hope everyone understands why. But if we want to add a QR code to our flyer, we can come in here and just click QR code. And it's going to allow you to generate a QR code. Okay, so let's just take anything that we already have. Okay. And we come in here, we paste our QR code. It's going to generate a QR code for you. So, so that's, yes.
That is actually so awesome. It is crazy. Linking it to your website, linking it to your property.
Nope. So you can go to other sites and you can pay for a QR code if you want to track it. So sometimes that's valuable if you're putting it on like a, like we put them on like commercial signage that is around for a long time and you want to see how many people are scanning the signs. Okay, then sure, pay for a QR code. But if you're not planning on tracking your scans, there's absolutely no reason. The other reason would be if you have something semi-permanent that you want to be able to change the domain of the QR code consistency, then sometimes it's valuable to pay So if you want a dynamic one like that, but otherwise, yeah, generate it for free. We generate all of ours for free in our design applications.
So you do the QR code and you
You just point it to this URL, and then you can customize it here, so you can change the colors of it if you want it to be different colors. It kind of hurts so bad.
Earlier you said you wouldn't want it on digital marketing. What does that mean?
So a lot of times, people will put a QR code on like a social media post, but you scan QR codes with your phone and you're searching social media on your phone.
I
So,
thought you could screenshot.
well, now you can,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
but it is counterintuitive if you're looking to do something quickly.
Yeah, okay.
It's better to copy and paste a link into Instagram directly versus to do
It, like,
You can't link out on Instagram.
You can on a story.
On a
So,
story.
yeah, anytime that you're doing something time sensitive, guys, so anytime you're doing something that takes place within the next 24 hours, or that you want someone to react to quickly, that should always go on a story. So, like, I'm sure everyone's noticed that now that timelines are no longer chronological, okay? So you'll see something from 3 days ago or 5 days ago before you'll see something from today. So if you have anything time sensitive, put it on your story, because the people are gonna see those quicker and they can react to it in real time. Where your timeline, I might not see your current activity until 3 days after. So just keep that in mind when you're posting time sensitive content. All right, guys.
You should use a couple of items.
Yeah, so another cool thing about the brand kit is when you come in here, if you're accessing something, you can toggle between fine homes and estates, commercial, and farm and ranch. So Century 21 Everest is a fine home and estates designated office. So what that means is that everyone within our office technically qualifies for fine homes and estates assets, but you do have to come through either me or Mackenzie, or probably Russ, to get the designation. So once you have the designation, you're able to use these assets. So let's go out of this. And we'll come into projects. So in your projects, you'll see folders here. And with your folders, you have your fine homes and estates, you have your farm and ranch, your residential, commercial. So we'll go to fine homes and estates. And it's going to show us our different promotions that we have. So we'll go to property promotions. Let's go to flyers. So these are the fine homes and estates templated flyers that are already built in here. So they work just like the other templates work. This is just specific branding for fine homes and estates. It's just a cleaner brand. They only use the white, gold, and gray, so they don't incorporate any of the other colors typically. And you'll see that there's just a lot more white space. And then this is a specific tag for fine homes and estates that cannot be used with other branding, and there are a couple other assets like not that specific for fine homes and estates. Now, with the layout on items like this, you can come in and use this layout for any type of Century 21 marketing that you want to use. You would just have to remove the tags and adjust it for marketing. But you are welcome to use these templates for other branding as well. But the fine homes and estates is just a cleaner, more luxury style, but the templates function the same.
So what determines if it's fine home and estate? Do we have a price? What is that price?
I would have to check, but I think it was 1.5 last time I checked. Yeah. Where they'll say 3 times the median price is typically.
Price points have gone up, so I mean, $1,1.2 is no longer considered fine homes and estates. That doesn't mean you can't have it, like if your client absolutely needs that, just go talk to them.
Yeah, I mean, we will draw the line. I had someone ask for fine homes and estates on like a $300,000
Oh my
mortgage check. I'm like,
This is like was
not
not
called
cheery
RE,
and
kidding.
it's a new home
Yeah.
and it's gorgeous and they are just determined to be like, well, Martin, they gonna know. So if you wanted to do fine homes and estates, just go.
yeah, and I do have samples of fine homes and estates marketing in my office too. So there's specific business cards, postcards, brochures, trifolds that are specific to the fine homes and estates. The stock is specific; it's a heavier weight paper, and then it's just a nicer finish. But if you wanted to look at that, those samples I have in my office for you to touch and feel because they are embossed. They're really nice, but. It is pricier and you can order it specifically to express stocks if you wanted the custom finishes, but these templates are. Alright guys, did we have any other questions? I know we went over a lot.
I think until we start using it, questions.
Yeah. Good question.
So you sent over the DVAs. You shared the photos. How do I get that to show up in the DVA section?
So they'll have to be uploaded specifically to the DBA section, but that should show up in your shared folders. Are you seeing it there?
Yes, I think so. I was just. So I would have to upload it specifically to the DVAs, or
So you would. So so Century 21 didn't upload the DBAs for everyone because when you log into that Century 21 app, so when you use the app that the listings are in, the DBA logos are actually stored in that app. Okay. But I put them in as a folder because I thought it would be easier for you guys, and because you're not always creating something that pertains to a listing, so you're not always going to be using that app. But that's where the DBA logos are stored. It. I can see if I can put it into DBA and have you guys all have access to it. I'll see if I can do that.
and then the download the patterns. I know they're on the C20 or the 21 online.
The marketing hub.
Yeah. So are the patterns in Canva?
Yep.
I
So-
wasn't able to see them. So maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place.
Brittany,
Yes.
I can't download the app.
It won't let you connect to the app. Which app are you talking about? The Century
The
21?
21 online one, Ruby was just in my office. When I click on the app studio, it says use in an existing design or use in a new design. It won't let me like download it.
Yeah, you don't download it. So you access it through Canva. So it's just connecting it. So it's more of an integration.
So it won't connect. It just keeps asking me to use in an existing design.
Yep, that's how you would do it. Yeah, you would do it in an existing design or you would create a new design. So if you use an existing design, then that's when you would pull in a template that you want to use.
Okay.
And then if you did it in a new design, you would just pull in the sizing, so the artboard that you want to use.
Got it. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
I have a question. And I'm sorry if you already said this. If we have like our own logo or whatnot that we wanted to add in there, can we do the upload? Does that have the abilities in there so we can add it to any of these things? So it's not just Century 21, it's Century 21 in us personally?
Yep, so that's where you would, under uploads, you would create your own folder.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then you would be able to upload it there.
Thank you.
Yeah, in the office.
So I see the pattern to see off, I just didn't see the patterns.
Oh, there it is. You can see him. Yeah, so the seal, the letter, and
It'll give you options for the block
Graphics?
and
so it looks like it was under, if you go to brand, graphics, and you do see all, and then residential brand patterns. But you can also upload those directly, I mean, they're different, but they can be downloaded and uploaded from. Any other questions? Cool. Any questions online?
it's a lot of information.
I know. I know we talked about it, especially for an hour.
I know, it's just, you can barely touch them all, but.
Yeah, yeah. But like I said, we're available for questions. I'll send training videos out, as well as links to the Learning Hub where all those videos are stored. And then anytime, if you really want to learn about it, because the most important thing to me is this is only a useful resource if you guys use it. People ask me all the time, what's the most valuable marketing tool I can use? The one you will use. so if you're not going to use it, then it doesn't add any value to me. So set up an appointment with me or with Alexis, and we're happy to sit down with you and walk through it. So yeah, but let's just make sure we set up an appointment. That way I can dedicate the time specifically to you and not be distracted doing something else. That way we can really focus. But I don't know what's
It's just a change, so it's.
it's not to share. Alright, let's see. I cannot log into 21 online.
I may need my 21 online, it's automatic, and when I try to do my phone, it doesn't find it. But how can that online is it comes up on my computer?
Yeah, I can pull, like I said, I can pull your login off of Dash and send you that. You'll just have to display your password.
Yeah.
If you don't.
I'll go look.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks for coming, guys.
So waste is this
See, I'm doing that as well.
There's little times when something.
Don't tell me. That's why I'm like, no, student, because you know that out there. She's carrying personally.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did we get your questions answered?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I may end up having more, but.
Yep, just